Good day, artists. I'm Miss Kim. Welcome to this episode of Drawstrings on this awesome Friday. At least I think it's Friday. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can correct me in the comments anytime. Today, we are going to be drawing a ladybug or a lady beetle, a ladybird. You know, there's a ton of different names for the ladybug, as we're used to calling it here. But today, we are drawing a ladybug coming courtesy of Jackson McGinnis, who is also our birthday boy today. He is in New York, and he's been following the show, and he's an amazing artist. So give a shout out to Mr. Jackson McGinnis. Tell him happy birthday. We will be singing happy birthday for him at the end of the episode, along with our cool ladybug, ladybird, lady beetle song. There are so many different names for this cool bug. So let's get started on our ladybug today. We have our black colored pencil, our white colored pencil backup, just in case. If we get to it, great. If we don't, that's fine. I have a red colored pencil. I have an orange colored pencil. And I have a mauve and a brown colored pencil, which will be rounding out our ladybug color today. Although there are many, many different types of ladybugs. Some of them are brown, some are blue, some are yellow. You know, today we're just going to be drawing the classic reddish orange lady beetle. So that is what I have set out with my palette today. You can use any number of colors for yours. No judgment here. We are all artists. We all interpret things the way that we are meant to interpret them. So again, today we are drawing a ladybug courtesy of Mr. Jackson McGinnis. He is a young man in New York who has been following this show. Today is around his birthday, so today is his birthday episode. Let's turn this camera around and get started on this lady beetle, shall we? Sounds good. Okay, so today we're going to be drawing a ladybug, and I am going to be trusting you artists. We have the paper vertical again, so straight up and down as opposed to long ways. So I am trusting you artists because everything that I have seen you draw has been so amazing. I am so impressed with all your artwork that we're just going to go ahead and draw a little bit more of a complicated beetle for you today. We're starting in the center of the paper, and we're going to be starting with the elytra. What's the elytra, Miss Kim? What is the elytra? Well, the elytra are the hard wing covers over the wings, the actual wings of the ladybug, and that's the main body right there. That's the part that you see that's red and orange, and it has different spots and different, different color variations. So that is the elytra, and that's what we're going to be starting with today. So we're going to start in the middle of the page. Do a very almost a straight line. It dips in a little bit. Very good. So just like that. You're welcome, Kevin. I hope Jackson is tuning in. We gave him a shout out a minute ago. Birthday boy. Okay. All right. And so we have this starting out, and this is going to connect to the head of the ladybug. But for right now, we're going to take this left side of this line and then the right side of this line. And this is going to start actually the framework of the elytra, which comes out a little bit more than the main body of it. So it's going to look like that. That's what we're starting out with. Now, with this line here, let me back up a little bit so you can get the full image. We're going to curve it out a little bit and bring it down the paper. And about in the center, from this line here, we're going to bring it to a little bit of a point, and we're going to stop right there. Then, because this side looks this way, guess what we're going to do on this side, you guys? Yeah, because there's all sorts of imperfect symmetry in nature. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Bring this curved line that pops out a little bit down. And have it pop out a little bit at the bottom as well. Right now, if you're just joining us, we're drawing the elytra part of the ladybug. The elytra, that's the colorful hard outer shell that protects the wings. That's what you see has the spots on it. So there we go. There's the center part of the ladybug. Very nice. And since we're here on the elytrum, right, we're going to split it in half. So kind of find the center part of this top line here. So right about there. And we're just going to draw a nearly straight line down the center of this shape that we just drew to signify the separation of the elytra. So there's that right there. It looks kind of like a shield right now. And then, since we're here, this is a little bit framed. There's a little bit of a ridge on each side. So we're going to come inside these lines we just drew. Very close to these lines, and we're just going to mimic these lines with the Lady Beetle. There we go. Just like that on the one side. And then kind of up and around a little bit. And then same thing here on the other side. Mimicking these lines starting on the inside. Then coming down the page, there we go. Okay, very nice. Very nice. We have the elytra going on. We're going to move on to the pronotum and the head of the ladybug. And the pronotum is up top here. It sort of looks like the head because it looks like there's two giant eye spots, but they're just spots. They're not actually the eyes of the ladybug. So again, with this is our indicator here, the center here. We're going to come up and off the elytra, drawing the pronotum of the ladybug right now. And this is sort of a cupped shape here. And then on the, and then on the other side, pan in the drawing, Miss Kim. There we go. And this will come up and encompass the actual head of the ladybug. So we have that right there. So we have the elytra, we have the pronotum, and then coming inside the pronotum a little bit, dropping down inside here, we're going to draw another little line, and we're going to bring that line up like this on each side. There we go. And then we're going to connect these here. And these end up being two little bit of separate lines at the top. So there we go. And then right on top of this head area here, we're going to draw another little section just like that. And since we're up here right now, let's just draw on the antennae real quick. So on each side of this top section of the head, we're going to draw in the antenna on the one side, and then on the other side. And if you're just joining us today, we are drawing a ladybug or a lady beetle or a ladybird. Okay, there we go. And we have the antenna. Very nice. So this is what we have so far. We have the elytra, we have the head, we have the antenna, we have the pronotum, and we're going to get to drawing all these fun spots. We're going to get to coloring in, but first, what are we missing? What are we missing? We're missing the 6 legs of the ladybug, and we need to draw the legs of the ladybug because it can't just be flying all the time. It has to stop and eat and rest. So, let's get to the legs. So, on the left side here, we'll draw these in first. The first one starts out from under the pronotum. They come in different little sections. So, we're doing first little section. Then we're coming up like this, drawing the second section. These do connect, but they are obviously different. They are sectioned off, even though they are ultimately the same appendage. So it goes 1, 2, and then 3. There we go. That's one leg. Let's drop down a little bit, kind of to the center area of the elytra right here, center part of the winged area. We're going to bring out a little leg from behind the winged area. There we go. So that's 1, 2, and then 3. All right, so we have 2 legs on the lady beetle on the left side. We need 1 more, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Okay. And then the third one is a little bit ways further down on the body. So we're coming out with the appendage like this. 1. Very nice. 2, and 3. All right, we have one side done with the legs, the appendages of the ladybird, ladybug, lady beetle. And on the other side, we're going to do the exact same thing because it can't just have legs on one side. So, let's draw this in. We're going to come up underneath the pronotum. Hi, Christy. And we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. For the top leg there, second part of the leg coming down by the elytra. So this was under the pronotum. Now we have the elytra halfway down. The elytra are the colorful wing covers. They're harder than the actual ladybug wings. They serve as protection. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, last one before we get to the cool coloring of this sweet little bug right now. We go 1, we're dropping down a little bit further down the body. Last appendage here, last leg. 2, and 3. All right, this is what we have so far, you guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Everything is always a little bit more complicated than it seems, isn't it? All right, so let's head up to the head area. We're going to draw in 2 little eye markings, 2 little white spots, right underneath each antenna. So we have 1 little eye spot, 2 little eye spot, and you know what, guys? We're marking these off first because with colored pencils, you can't really draw white over black. You can't really draw a lighter color over a darker color. So we're drawing these in right now, and then below it, below the head area here, on the pronotum, we're going to draw 2 more, quote, eye spots. There we go, because these are areas we're not going to color in black. So there's 1. And on the other side, same thing, coming off the head area. And a 2. There we go. And now that we have that, let's color in this area. So because light reflecting is reflecting off the center of the ladybug, I'm just doing some light markings to remind us of where to ease up on our shading, okay? So watch what I'm doing here with the head of the ladybug. So on the outsides of the ladybug head, I'm darkening very dark. I'm pressing down. Remember, we're skipping over these white markings here. We are going to color this top area here, but we'll come back to that. So, dark, 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 and then watch what I'm doing. I'm shading lighter. I'm putting less pressure down on the page so that this looks a little bit lighter. It's like a gray color. Before I go back to drawing in dark and pressing down harder around the edges of the head of the ladybug. Does that make sense to you guys? So where the light's reflecting, we're loosening up our hands and drawing in a little bit lighter so you can see where that light is reflecting off the black here. So this ends up looking a little bit gray as opposed to a darker black color, and that allows us to give the image some depth. It allows us to shade it and make it look like it's 3D. So there we go. There's the head area of the ladybug. Let's draw on this little like mouthpiece area here. While we're here, this also is black. There is a little bit of a line divide. So we're going to leave that area white. So it goes black, white, black. And then these little pockets with the antenna also become black. Although the rest of the antenna does not look like is black. It's more of a brownish red. So, okay. So we colored that in. Now we're going to come down to the pronotum, the larger part that looks like the head area. And we're going to start coloring that. Remember, avoid these eye spots here, these white eye spots. We're going to darken all of this on the outside, really press down with our colored pencil to get in a nice dark color on the outside there. And then as we sort of navigate towards the middle, I'm going to lighten up on the pressure I'm putting on the page so we get some nice color variation, and it shows where the light's hitting the head of the ladybug. And then I'm going to go back to coloring it in dark around this area and then just blend it. There we go. And again, darker on this side as well. The outer edges, I'm darkening in, which just means I'm pressing down with my colored pencil. And then the pressure is getting a little bit lighter as it comes into the center to show where the light is bouncing off the ladybug, reflecting off the ladybug. There we go. Let me get that colored in a little bit there. All right, there we go. Very nice. And since we do have this black colored pencil out right now, let's just go ahead and color in the appendages, color in the 6 limbs. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. There we go. Second one. 1, 2, 3. Just simple shading, simple coloring in these shapes. But look how nice that looks, right? So, one, 2, 3. All right, one side done. Let's get the other side in. One, and a 2, and a 3. 2 more to go. Stick with me, artists. Bear with me. I know this is a lot, and I'm so proud of the amount of work you're able to get done in such a short amount of time. 1, 2, 3, 1 more to go, 1 leg to go. Can we do it? We're gonna do it. We're gonna accomplish this task. 1, 2. And if you're just joining us now, we are drawing a ladybug. All my videos are on my main page, on my timeline, first thing. Whoa, we did it, you guys. It's time to switch to a different color. Say finally, Miss Kim. Oh my goodness. All right, so you know what? We're bringing in an orange colored pencil. We're going to draw in where there are 2 white spots. The center of the ladybug here. There we go. So we're going to avoid these spots here, right? But we're going to take our orange colored pencil and we're just going to lightly go over everything here at the top of the elytra. The elytra are the hardened outer wings of the ladybug. You want to impress some of your friends? Say, check out the elytra on that ladybug. And they'll be like, what are you talking about, homie? And you can be like, well, that's the colored outer shell that encases the wings of the ladybug. And they're going to be like, whoa, you're so smart. And you're going to be like, yeah, I really am. So we're going to use this orange. And aside from these little markings we left out, we're going to get in some orange color here. Okay. Alright, and then we can just do a little bit at the bottom as well. And I'll show you what we're going to do here because it's going to be blending. Because the Ladybug does have a lot of different colors to work with, even if it looks like it's just red. There are different hues, different variations. There we go. So we're going to color that in a little bit with the orange. Very nice. And again, if you're just tuning in, we're drawing a Ladybug requested by birthday boy Jackson McGinnis, who is in New York. I hope he's joining us today and drawing along with us because he's a super talented young guy. All right. Oops, I'm sorry. There we are. Very nice. All right. So we used the orange. Now we're heading over to a lighter red. Okay, and we're just going to start shading the outside here. And we're going to start at the bottom, or we're going to keep going at the bottom of the Ladybug. And just start blending in with this orange color. Just like that. And see, I'm turning the pencil different ways so that the lines are going different ways. Because that helps us blend in all these lines to make it look like one uniform shading excursion. There we go. Getting the one wing down. Let's just keep shading. And again, these are just messy, long, colored pencil lines. But to see how we're blending all this in? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right, so we have the one side. Let's move to the other side with this red color here. Get this nice and colored in, cover up all those white spaces. Color, 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 color. Okay. Get to this top area here. Thanks, J Money. And since we do have this red colored pencil out, we're going to get the outside frame of this elytra. Like that. And then we're going to quick fly up. Hee hee, get it? We're going to fly up to the antenna, coloring those antenna red real quick because it does look like they're like more of a maroon magenta hue. Alright, I'm going to bring in a little bit of a darker red. Bear with me, you guys. And then start adding more shading. There we go. And I am curving these lines a little bit now, just to get the overall color of the, or overall shape of the wing. The wing is not a straight line. It is curved. It is a curved object. So we're going to curve these a little bit. Okay. Just getting in some more reds, because we're going for the classic Ladybug look today. All right. Now, I have this kind of mauve colored pencil. I started from the top there. And we are going to circle back to our black colored pencil, but because the black colored pencil is darker than these colors, we get to lay that over top these colors, as opposed to like what we did with the head. We had to make those markings. We had to draw out those markings, leave them clear, because you can't really draw white over black with colored pencils. So that's just something to be conscious of. Just getting in some extra shading here with this cute little bug. There we go. All right, and then the last one before we return to black, I'm glad you've stuck with us, is this brown here. So I'm going to really do some like circular shading. Still lines that are just back and forth, but do you see the kind of the pattern that I'm drawing here? It's kind of curved, and it goes up on the ladybug from the center, which again just helps us understand that this is a curved shape. It's not a flat shape. There we go. And then on the other side here, before we fly right back to that darker color that we started with. And we can outline this while we're here too, because that will help us add depth. There we go. And remember, let's darken this wing separation here. Now, let's return to the black colored pencil before we run out of time. Miss Kim always takes a long time explaining these things. So we're going to start by drawing a little spot, a little black spot in between these two white spots. Jackson, cross-hatching is my jam, my man. There we go. Drawing spots on either side here. We're going to draw two kind of upside down heart shapes. So I'm just going to lay them out real quick with a quick line like that. And then we can color these in. I hope you're all having fun drawing a cool ladybug today. There we go. Two spots a little bit higher on the ladybug. And you can draw your spots in how you like. Again, no two ladybug has the same spots in the same place, the same shape. That's the cool thing about nature, is every single thing is unique, even if it's of the same species. Every single example, every single bug, every single person is different and unique. So let's get in these spots here at the bottom. All right. All right, and there we have it, guys. We have our cool ladybug today. So let's turn this camera around. Oh, there was my my reference photo. Let's turn this camera around. And we're going to sing a song, and then we're going to sing. The spots are mostly symmetrical, Jay, but they don't have to be. Real quick, they don't have to be. Actually, some ladybugs don't have any spots, and some have up to 22. So I did mine symmetrical because that was just the image I was working off of, but they don't necessarily have to be every time. Okay, I'm going to turn you guys around. Hi! I hope you had fun drawing a ladybug with me today for Jackson McGinnis, who is our birthday boy. We're going to sing a song about the ladybug, and then I'm going to sing a happy birthday. So, Ladybird, Bishop, and the Bishy Barnaby. In certain parts of England, these are different names for me. In France and Russia, we are called the little cow. Scientists prefer lady beetle. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You know me as a lady with an orange and reddish hue. But did you know I can be metallic blue? I can also be dark gray and dull brown. Some of us have 0 spots, some dozens abound. Ladybird, Bishop, and the Bishy Barnaby. In certain parts of England, these are different names for me. In France and Russia, we are called the little cow. Scientists prefer lady beetle. Oh, the toxins are, but I wouldn't worry. They're not toxic to you. They just taste bad to birds and other predators too. Other predators too. Ladybug, bishop, and the fishy barnaby. Certain parts of England, these are different names for me. In France and Russia, we are called a little cow. Scientists prefer lady beetle. Oh wow. Oh wow. There's 5,000 species of ladybugs, thousands per colony too. They are great for your garden. They plant harming insects for you. Ladybird, bishop, and the bishy barnaby. Oh oh. Ladybird, bishop, and the bishy barnaby. Oh oh. Ladybird, bishop, and the bishy barnaby. In certain parts of England, these are different names for me. In France and Russia, we are called a little cow. Scientists prefer lady beetle. Oh wow. Oh wow. All right, that was our Ladybug song. And real quick, we're going to wish a happy birthday to a special young man who follows the show. His name is Jackson McGinnis. So if you guys don't want to sing along from home or wish him a happy birthday on the feed, that's awesome. And I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jackson. Happy birthday to you. And that's it, you guys. I'll see you next time. Next week is our last week for Drawstrings before the season ends. So we have one more show and then a very, very special season finale. So I will see you then. Bye.